This is me.
Just kidding, this is me. Hello, my name is Amanda and welcome to my channel, Always Popular, where I will be talking about pop culture, music, film, drama, and fan videos. Hello and welcome back to my channel, Always Popular. I'm Amanda, your host, and let's get into this week's episode. Before I get started, I just want to say thank you to anyone who has clicked or watched my videos in the last 3 years, as this year I celebrate my 3-year anniversary on YouTube creating content. Kicking off this new season, I want to talk about celebrity deaths and pop culture. So this is on why do people become more popular after death? In light of the recent news on Liam Payne, the former One Direction star who tragically passed away, I was thinking to myself, why are so many young musicians dying? Liam was only 31. It's happening one too many times over the years in the entertainment industry, whether if drugs are involved or not. Many people in the wrong place at the wrong time, and why did their fate have to end up like that? Why are there so many lost souls in the world? The industry needs a wake-up call on protecting the younger people, and unfortunately a long list of struggling people were struggling back then as they do now. Unfortunately, not every person in the entertainment industry gets more popular after death. Depends on the level of fame and impact they had on people. It's weird how some people's deaths are brushed under the rug and no one ever remembers to talk about them. It's also strange how some are forgotten while others have been remembered for years or even decades after their death. So my first example would be about child stars, the most obvious one, from people like Lee Thompson Young to River Phoenix, many people who died before the age of 25, just as tragic as the people who are a part of the famous 27 Club. From overdoses to car crashes and murder, it's scary how people die and incredible how much love and support they get after they die. Other notable examples like James Dean, Paul Walker, and Cameron Boyce were all still talked about today, for example, because of how well liked they were by their peers and fans. Paul Walker, for example, who was an already established actor because of the movie She's All That and the Fast and the Furious trilogy. He became more popular after the tribute song See You Again was released, and anyone who still listens to that song will associate him with that song. That song became inescapable in 2015 and was nominated for 3 Grammys and a Golden Globe. Paul was popular when he was alive, but the thing is that he definitely did become more popular after he died. Moving on to the music side of celebrity deaths, it was Aaron Carter's death that broke me and my childhood. Aaron deserved better and was having many personal issues, and it got worse to the point that he was being bullied online for his problems. Of course, then he got sympathy after he died, probably from the same people who bullied him online. Aaron's news was everywhere for like 2 months, and then eventually people stopped talking about him. People were very nasty hypocrites about Aaron. In a strange way, it makes me think of Liam's death. Before Liam died, he was getting bullied online too because of attending Niall's concert in South America. People were quick to judge on him and thought he was being attention-seeking. In addition, his ex-fiancée, Maya, was about to drop a novel and to expose him as a toxic person behind closed doors, and they were having legal troubles with each other. People were quick to defend her, however her actions are questionable too. She ain't no angel either. Aside the drama surrounding Liam's death, it's quite clear that Liam still deserved better. He needed more people in his corner and more support. Anyone who followed Liam or paid any attention to his personal problems knew he was struggling with alcohol and went to rehab for his problems in 2023 and eventually became sober again. You would only know this only if you followed every single member of the band online a lot and if you really knew about all the personal problems that Liam went through. However, this was just stuff I heard through the grapevine on like all the problems that Liam had. Since Liam's passing, many One Direction tributes and even songs of theirs re-entered the music charts, and that's something I can't even say about Aaron. However, they haven't really declined in popularity because even if they stopped making music back in 2015, they are still being talked about no matter what they did, solo or not. They made a very big impact in a very short period of time, so I feel like Liam's memory will last longer than some people. Unfortunately, life sucks and we all have to move on eventually, especially if you're fans of these people. It makes it harder, especially if you grieve about someone you never met before. Crazy how much a fan can grieve over their favorite actor or singer, or even worse, rapper. Out of all the styles of music, rappers have had really disturbing and tragic deaths. When it comes to the hip-hop community, the most tragic is that most rappers die by murder, most notably for drive-by shootings. Studies show that sometime in the mid-2010s, half of hip-hop musicians die by murder, which is really sad. Most of the victims fall in between the ages of 20 to 30. The most popular deaths in hip-hop and rap that I'm aware of are Tupac and Biggie, who were both murdered by drive-by shootings when they were both 24 and 25. Mainly it's because of their music and impact. There is no one in hip-hop music today that's more popular after death than those two, maybe except for maybe Coolio that I can think of. People see those two as pioneers in hip-hop, so that's probably why their deaths were hard for people back then as it is right now. I always wonder what the hip-hop scene would look like if both of them were still here. Amazingly enough, almost 30 years later, they just arrested someone actually for the murder of Tupac as well, and his trial recently just started, so we're gonna have to see how that goes. Too bad they haven't caught who killed Biggie either. Well, if you made it this far, what famous celebrity do you believe became more popular after death? Who do you miss the most on this list? Thanks for listening and watching, and you'll hear me in the next episode.